Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to the our lecture. Today we are going to discuss a transportation problem. In this problem, we are going to cover three cases. That is northwest corner method, least cost entry method, and Vogel's approximation method. We are going to cover these three methods in this problem itself. Here, the given problem is we are taking the dairy milk production. Here, a dairy farm has three plants located in a state. The daily milk production of each plant is as follows. Plant 1, here the plant 1 6 million liters, and plant 2 1 million liter, and plant 3 10 million liters. Each day the first must fulfill the needs of the four distribution centers. The minimum requirements of each center is as follows. That is, distribution center 1 is 7 million liters, and distribution center 2 is 1.5 million 5 million liters, and the distribution center 3 is 3 million liters, and the distribution center 4 is 7 million liters. And cost in the it is given in the rupees of shipping. 1 million 1 million liter from each plant is as each distribution center is given in the following table. Okay, here this is the given table of each production. Here they are given the three plants and the distribution centers they are given. Here P1 D2 is 2 units and 3 11 7 1 0 6 1 5 8 59. Here find the initial basic feasible solution for given problem by using following methods. It means northwest corner method, least cost entry method, and Vogel's approximation method. Okay, coming to the solution. Here they are given the three plants. Okay, I would like to take the plants of the supply stations, and distribution centers are called as the demand stations. I am going to take here. Here first we are taking the plants. Here they are given the three plants. Those are I have taken here. The plant, it is a given data. Plant P1, P2, P3. Here I want to take. Then the distribution centers. They are given the four distribution centers. Distribution center D1, D2, D3, and D4. They are given the four distribution centers. Each station they are given the commodity. It means cost, unit cost values they are given in our problem. That is 2, 3, 11, 7. Next 1, 0, 6, 1. Next 5, 8, 15, 9. It is a cost values of each unit. Okay, now we are going to know the supply and demands. Here supply and demand we are taken here. In our problem they are given the supply and demands. The given data itself here. Here the dairy farm has three plants. They are given the plant 1. They are given the 6 million liters. They are given. Then the plant 2. Here they are given the 2 million liters. 1 million liter they are given. Then plant 3 10 million liters they are given. Okay. Next here the distribution centers 7 million liters they are given. Distribution centers they are given 7 million liters, and distribution center 2 5 million liters, distribution center 3 3 million liters, distribution center 4 7 million liters. This is given data. Okay, this is our given data. Here these are the 6 million liters at plant 1, 1 million liter at plant 2, 10 million liters at plant 3, and the distribution center 7 million liters 1, 5 million liters, 3 million liters, 7 million liters. These are the requirement. These are the requirements from the distribution center. These are the supply. It means it is availability. In our hand we have this production we have. So our demand is this. Here we are going to solve this problem by three methods. We are applying the three methods. One is northwest corner method, and second one is least cost entry method. Third one is Vogel's approximation method, and it is also called as penalty method. Okay. Now we are going to calculate each method. First, before we are going to calculate the problem, first we are going to calculate the initial basic feasible solution. First we have to check the problem is in balanced condition or not. It is a balanced transportation problem or not, we have to check. Okay, it is also called as the rim condition. We have to check the rim condition. Here how we calculate the rim condition? Total demand or supply is equal to total demand or total supply. Total demand is equal to total supply. Okay. Here, what about the supply? 6 million liters, 1 million liter, 10 million liter. Total 17 million liters are there. Total 17 million liters. Okay. I think this is distribution center 4 is 2 million liters. Okay. I taken wrongly here. 2 million liters. Distribution center 2. Next, coming to the demand. 7, 5, 3, 2. Total 10, 15, 17. Okay. The total demand is 17. The total supply is 17. It is satisfied. The given problem is in rim condition. Okay. Now we are going to find the initial basic feasible solution. Here we have three methods to find the initial basic feasible solution. One is northwest corner method, and the second one is least cost entry method. Third one is Vogel's approximation method. First, now we are going to solve the problem by the help of northwest corner method. Here the northwest corner method means we are taking the topmost corner in the given transportation problem. Then we allocate the demand and supplies, or then we allocate the unit costs there. After we solve, we find the initial basic feasible solution. Here we have total 3 plants, P1, P2, P3, and total 4 demand centers are there, D1, D2, P3, D4. Here the unit cost is 2, 3, 11, 7, 1, 0, 6, 1, 5, 8, 15, 9. Okay. Here the supply is 6 units, 1 unit, 10 unit. Here the demand is 7 units, 5 units, 3 units, 2 units. Now we are going to allocate the topmost corner. Why we are taking the topmost corner? It is a northwest corner. Here we are applying the northwest corner method. That's the reason I am going to take the allocation here. The topmost corner I am going to allocate. How many units we are going to allocate there? Here we have the demand is 7 and supply is 6 units are there. From these two we are going to allocate the minimum value. It means our demand is 7 but we have the availability is 6 at this station. That's the reason I am going to take 6 units of allocation. Okay. Here I am going to allocate 6 units. After allocation we have the supply is 0 at this station, plant 1. Then the demand of the first distribution center is 1. After supplying the 6 units we have the 1 demand. Okay. After we are going to remove the 0 cost, 0 supply or 0 demand, where we have that row or column we are going to delete. In our case here at first row we have the 0. So there is no supply for further distribution centers. That's the reason I am going to delete that row. So P2, P3, then D1, D2, D3, D4. These are the demand centers. Okay. From this I am going to take 1, 0, 6, 1, 5, 8, 15, 9. Here we have the supply is 1 unit, 10 unit, and the demand is 1, 5, 3, 2. Again I am going to take the topmost corner, this corner, northwest corner I am taking, and here I am going to supply the 1 unit. So demand is 1, supply is 1, so both are satisfied, both cases we have the 0. So again for further cases we are going to remove this column and row. Okay, means finally we have P3, D2, D3, D4. Here the values are 5 units, 8 rupees, 8 rupees, 15 rupees, 9 rupees. Okay, and here the supply is 10 units is there, 10 million liters, and demand is 5, 3, 2. Again I am going to take the northwest corner, top corner. Here 5 units of demand is there, 10 units of supply is there. From this we are going to take minimum value. It means demand we have taken. We are going to allocate 5 units. After allocating 5 units, the demand is 0, that supply is, means balance is 5 units. Okay. Here I am going to delete D2, distribution center 2. Why? Because the demand is satisfied. There is no requirement. Here 15 units, 15 rupees and 9 rupees cost is there. From this demand is 3 to 10, supply demand. Here again I am going to take north corner, 3 units, 0. After supplying here we have only 5 units. Okay. So finally P3, D4, 9. Here 2 is there, supply also 2 is there. Here finally we are allocating 2 units. After this we are getting 0, 0. Okay, it is satisfied. Okay, up to 1 by 1 matrix we have to do the iteration. Okay, here we have total 5 tables we are obtained. From these 5 tables we are going to calculate the total cost. Okay, here before we are going to calculate the initial basic feasible solution, we have to check the optimality. The given problem is in optimal, it reaches the optimality or not, we have to check. How we are checking the optimality? By the help of m plus m minus 1 is equal to allocations. By using this formula we have to calculate we have to check the optimality allocations. Here how many number of allocations are there? Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 allocations are there. 5. How many number of rows are there? 1, 2, 3 rows are there. How many number of columns are there? We are going to find the total cost. How we are finding the total cost? From the help of allocations we are calculating the total cost. Here the plant 1, plant 2, plant 3, 3 plants are there. The demand stations are D1, D2, D3, D4 are there. The values are 2, 3, 11, 7, 1, 0, 6, 1, and here 5, 8, 15, 9. Here now I am going to allocate the values in this table. Here first where we are doing, wherever we did the allocation at first, P1 D1. Here P1 D1 is 6. Next table P2 D1. P2 D1 is 1. Next P3 D2. P3 D2 is 5. Next P3 D3. P3 D3 is 3. Next P3 D4 2. Okay, here total supplies are, from this 6 units we get here 1, here 5, 3, 2, 8 and 7, 5, 3, 2. The given supply and demand are satisfied here also. Now we are going to find the total cost. From this table we are going to find the total cost. total cost is first 2 into 6 plus, here there is no allocation, now coming to this 1 into 1 plus 8 into 5 plus 15 into 3 plus 9 into 2. From this we are getting meters they are taken into 100. In our problem they are given, so totally 11,400 rupees the total cost. 11,400 rupees. Now we are going to solve the problem by the help of Vogels approximation, least cost entry method. Okay. Now we are going to solve by the help of least cost entry method. Why we are going to the least cost entry method means, in the problem given they are asking to solve the to find the initial feasible solution by the help of northwest corner method, least cost entry method and Vogels approximation method. From the northwest corner method we obtained the total cost is 11,600. Now we are going to solve the problem by the help of least cost entry method. Okay, the least cost entry method means here we are identifying the least cost and we are allocating the units. Here we have the total 4 demand stations and 3 plants we have. Each plant we have the unit cost as well as demand and supply values we have. Okay, then coming to the first 2, 3, 11, 7, here 1, 0, 6, 1, 5, 8, 15, 9. Coming to the demands 7, 5, 3, 2. Here the supplies are 6, 1, 10. Okay. Here now we are going to identify the least cost from this table. Here where we have the least cost, 0 is the least cost, so we are allocating the unit cost is here. The 0 rupees means here we are allocating the 1. Next we are going to, here 0 is supply is satisfied after supplying the 1 unit, total supply is 0 and here 4 units demand is there. Okay, for further iterations we are going to remove this row, so finally we get P1, P3, the demand stations D1, D2, D3, D4. Here the values are, the unit cost is 2, 3, 11, 7, 5, 8, 15, 9. The supplies are 6, 10. Here demands are 7, 4, 3, 2. Okay. Again we are going to identify the least cost. Here we have the least cost is 2 rupees. So we are taking this 2. In this cell we are going to allocate the commodity. Here we have the 6 units supply and here we have the demand, we required 7 units. From this we are going to allocate 6 units. After allocating the 6 units, the remaining is 0 and here the demand is 1. So for further we are going to remove this row. Okay. Next P3, D1, D2, D3, D4. Here the cost values are 5, 8, 15, 9. And here the supply is 10 units, the demand is 1, 4, 3, 2. Okay. From this we are going to identify the least cost. Here we have the least cost and from this we are going to identify the supply and demand. Here we required only 1 unit, so we are supplying the 1 unit. After this we have the 9 units supply, so P3, D2, D3, D4. 8, 15, 9. Supply balance is 9 units are there. The demand is 4, 3, 2. Okay. Here again we are going to identify the least cost. Here the least cost is 8 rupees. So here we are going to allocate 4, 0, 5. Next, for further iterations we are going to remove the D2 distribution center. Okay. P3, D3, D4. Here the supply is, we have 5 units and the demand is 3, 2. Unit costs are 15, 9. From this again we are going to identify the least cost. Here we have the least cost, so we are going to allocate the value is here. So 2 units. After this we are getting 3. Next P3, D3, 15. So 1 by 1 cell we reached. So we are going to stop the solution here itself. We are allocating the 3 units. So after this we are getting 0 supply and 0 demand. It is over. Now we are going to find the total cost from the allocations. Here I am taking the allocations are in one cell. P1, P2, P3, D1, D2, D3, D4. Okay. D1, D2, D3, D4. Here the initially we have 2 unit, 2, 3, 1, 11, 7. Next 1, 0, 6, 1, 5, 8, 15, 9. These are the unit costs they are given. Each cost is we have to multiply with 100 rupees. Why? Because in our problem they are given the each unit value is 100 rupees. Okay, it means 2 into 100, 200, like this we have to take every one. Here coming to the allocations, first where we did the allocation at P1, at P2, D2 we did the allocation. P2, D2 is 0. Next P1, D1 we did allocation. P1, D1 is 6. Next P3, D1. What is the P3, D1? Here P3, D1 is 1 unit. Next P3, D2. P3, D2 is 4 units. Okay. Next P3, D4. P3, D4 means here 2 units. Next P3, D3, 3. So supply, demand we are going to checking it is satisfied or not. Total supply at first plant is 6 units. Already we allocated 6 units. In our problem also we have 6 satisfied. Here 0. Sorry. Here we are at P2, D2 how many units we allocated? P2, D2 1 unit we allocated. Okay. 1 unit. P2, D2 1. It means 1. Next P3, D1 1, P3, D2 4, P3, D3 3. Total 8 and plus 2, 10 is there. So it is also satisfied. Next coming to the distribution centers. 6 plus 1, 7. 1 plus 4, 5. Next 3. Next 2. Total 10, 17 demand and 17 supply. It is satisfied. Now we are going to find the total cost. The total cost, how we calculate the total cost? From the allocations we are calculating the total cost. Here 2 into 6 plus 0 into 1 plus 5 into 1 plus 8 into 4 plus 15 into 3, okay, plus 9 into 2, plus 9 into 2. From this we have 12, 0, 5, 8 into 8, 4 is 32, 45, 18. Okay, here 112. Each unit we have the 100 rupees. So total final we get 11,200 rupees. Okay, here the total cost is from LCM we got 11,200 rupees. Now we are going to the problem by the help of VAM method. It is also called as penalty method. Okay. Here we have to calculate the penalties. After calculating the penalties, we have to identify the highest penalty. Then after we have to identify the least cost. There we have to allocate the allocate the units. Okay. Here we have 4 demand stations, D1, D2, D3, D4, and 3 plants, P1, P2, P3. Two, 3, 11, 7, 1, 0, 6, 1, 5, 8, 15, 9. The supply is 6, 1, 10. The demand is 7, 5, 3, 2. Okay, it is in rim condition. Already we calculated. We checking the rim condition. Now we are going to calculate the penalties. Row penalties and column penalties we have to calculate. Here the penalty, how we calculate the penalty? We have to identify the least cost from the plant. Here first plant we have 2 costs. In that least costs are 2 units, 2 rupees and 3 rupees. We have to calculate the difference between these two. 3 minus 2 is equal to 1. Next, coming to the second one, 1 and 0. From this we are getting 1. Next, here 5, 8, these are the least, so 8 minus 5, the difference is 4. Next, coming to the column penalties. Here the distribution center 1, 2 units and 1 unit, these are the least. 2 minus 1 we are taken, and 1. Here 3 minus 0, 3. Here 11, 6, 11 minus 6, 5. Here 1 and 7, 7 minus 1, 6. From this highest penalty we have to identify. Here we have the 7 penalties, 3 row penalties and 4 column penalties. From this we have the highest penalty at D4, distribution center. Distribution center 4 we have the highest penalty. Okay, here now we are going to allocate the values in this column. Here again we have to identify the least cost. Where we have the least cost? Here we have the least cost. So we are going to allocate the value, allocate the commodity in this cell. How many units we are going to allocate? Here we have to check the total supply and demand. Here from this 2 units demand is there, and here 1 unit is there, 1 unit supply is there. So simply we are taking 1 unit allocation. After allocating the 1 unit we get 0 supply and we have 1 demand, and we are going to remove this row. Okay, means after this we are getting P1, P3, D1, D2, D3 and D4. Okay, here 2, 3, 11, 7 is there, 5, 8, 15, 9. Here the supply is 6 and the 10. Here the demand is 7, 5, 3, 2. Again we are going to calculate the penalties. Here the least cost is 2, then next least is 3. So the penalties, the difference between the two least costs are 3 minus 2 is equal to 1. Here 5, 8. 8 minus 5 is equal to 3. Next, coming to this, the penalties P. 5 minus 2, 3. Here 8 minus 3, 5. Next, 15 minus 11, 4. Next, 9 minus 7, 2. Okay. Here we are going to identify the highest penalty. Here highest penalty is 5. So next we are going to allocate the units in this column. So here we have to identify the least cost. Here we have the least cost. From these two, this is the least cost. So we are going to allocate the commodity here. The 5 units and 6 units are there. So now we are going to allocate 5 units. After this we are getting 0, 1. Okay. Next, P1, P2, sorry, P3, D1, D3, D4. Here 2, 11, 7, 5, 15, 9. The demand is, supply is 1, 10. Demand is 7, 3, 2. Okay. Here again we are going to calculate the penalties. Here we have to identify the least value. 2 is there, and again next list is 7. 7 minus 2, we are getting penalty is 5. And here 5, 15, 9 is there. First list is 5, then the second list is 9. So the difference between 9 minus 5 is 4. Next penalty is here 5 minus 2, 3, 15 minus 11, 4, 9 minus 7, 2. Okay. Here again we are going to identify the highest penalty. Here we have the highest penalty, and here we have the least cost. So we are going to allocate the units is here. So we have 1 unit supply at the first plant, so 0. After this 6. Okay. Next we are getting P3, D1, D3, D4. So here 5, 15, 9. Supply is 10 units are there. That the demand is 6, 3, 2. Okay. Here there is no chance to calculate the penalties. Why? Because it is a 1 by 3 matrix. So directly here I am going to allocate the values. Okay. Here we did one small mistake. Coming to this, all of you come to this table. Here we allocated 1 unit. Okay. After allocating, supply is 0 and demand is 1. Okay, but here we have taken 2 units. That is wrong. So we have to take 1, and here also we have to take 1. Then here 1. Okay. Here we have the 1 by 1. We are getting the 1 by 1 matrix. Now here we have the difficulty to find the penalties. That's the reason I am going to allocate the total values directly. Here how many units are there? 6 units allocated here, and here I am going to allocate 3 units. Here I am going to allocate 1 units. Total 10. Okay. Here we have one beauty. What is that? In this total transportation problems, when we are calculating the initial basic feasible solutions, every step we can cross check the demand and supply. Okay, for example, if we take this table, okay, here we have the 7 units, 5 units, 3 units, 1 units. The total is 16 units supply, demand is there, and here also 16 units supply is there. Every table we may get we get the rim condition, we get the balanced transportation. Every problem we may check it, and we may cross check the solution. Every iteration itself we are going to check the solution. Okay, it is one beauty is there. Okay, if any wrong we did, here itself we are cross checking, and we are modifying that error here itself. Okay, there is no need to wait up to the end. Here also demand is 10 and supply is 10, satisfied. Okay, after the supply we are getting 0. Here also 0, 0, 0. Okay, now finally I am going to calculate the total transportation cost. For that reason I am taking the initial table here. Okay, here the initially 2, 3, 11, 7, next 1, 0, 6, 1, 5, 8, 15, and from this I am taken. Okay. Next, here the supplies are 6, 1, 10, and the demands are 7, 5, 3, 2. First, where we did the allocation? At P2, D4. D1, D2, D3, D4. P1, P2, P3. At P2, D4 means here. P2, D4 is 1. Next, P1, D2, 5. Next, P1, D1, 1. Next, P3, D1, 6. Next, P3, D3, 3. Sorry, P3, D3. Not this. This 3. Next, P3, D4, 1. Okay. Here, the total sum 1 plus 5 equal to 6. This apply. Here, 1 satisfied. Here, 1 plus 6, 7, 5, 3, 1, 1, 2. Here, 6, 3, 1, 10. It's the balanced transportation problem, and the total supply is equal to total demand. It is satisfied. Now we are going to calculate the total cost. The total cost is, already we have the unit cost value. Each unit we have to take 100 rupees. Total cost is 2 into 1 plus 3 into 5. Next, coming to this, plus 1 into 1 plus 5 into 6 plus 15 into 3 plus 9 into 1. Okay, it is not visible. 15 into 3 plus 9 into 1. Here, 2 plus 15 plus 1 plus 30 plus 45 plus 9. Okay, here the total is 7, 8, 80, 90, 100, 102. 102 into 100 is equal to rupees 10,200. The total transportation cost of from the VAM method we obtained 10,200. From these three, which method is better? From these three, here we have the minimum cost at Vogel's approximation method. We have the minimum cost. We have the minimum cost from this. Our aim is, our goal is in this transportation, we have to minimize the cost. So here, from the northwest corner method, for the transportation, we required 11,600 rupees for transferring the milk from one plant to distribution center. Okay, and least cost entry method, here we have 11,200 rupees, and VAM method we have 10,200 rupees. From this we are going to take VAM is the best. Vogel's approximation method is the best method to transform the milk from one plant to another distribution center. Okay, in every industry they are choosing the VAM method for calculating their transportation cost. Why? Because it is the best method compared to remaining all methods. Okay.